Alright, so we are here at the asteroid, or the planetary fragment, whatever you want to call it. And what we're going to do is pop out here. Let me make sure that the ship is fueled up, because it looks like we're down to like 15 minutes worth of fuel. In cargo 4. Yeah. As long as you're connected to the box, then when you do it'll pull out of that box. Alright, I'll get my drill. We're going to go out here, and we are going to drill away. And I want to be connected to cargo 1, I think. Go. We can just start collecting promethium and zascosium and whatever else we find in there. There's a restrium. I think there's everything. So we'll just strip this down. Now later on we can put a drill on the front of the... We can put a drill actually on both the small vessel and on the capital vessel, which would make this quicker. But I have to upgrade the capital vessel to the next level, which means we're going to need this stuff anyways, just to make it at the level that we'll need it. But I can just snatch all this up while I'm here, just drill all the way in, and move on to the next node, and get all this wonderful ore, and we'll be set. So let me work my way around this guy, and I'll show you what we got when we're done later. Alright, so we cleared that first node of promethium, and we got nearly 900, so that's pretty good. Let me come over here to my constructor. Or did I? But I didn't put a constructor on this yet, did I? Okay, so we need to get a constructor added to this. These black boxes I have set here and here where we're going to put that, so we'll have to remove that one, those blocks there. But that's where the constructor is going to go. So let's move around, see if I can find the green and the other node there. I want to get the arrestrum, and I want to get that right there. So those two things right now, and then we're going to go home and upgrade this guy, and then we'll come back with drills built into it and grab everything else ourselves. So let me get these, and we'll be back. Alright, so we ended up with 93 zascosium, and that's just what I saw on the surface, and 355 arrestrum, even though there's a bunch more in there, but I decided I wanted to hold off on getting the rest of it till I've upgraded the ship. I don't want to... Let me fill up my oxygen. The O2 station. I don't want to do any more because I'm afraid I might get more if I do it with a ship versus doing it by hand. So we'll come back and do the rest of that. Uh-oh, overloaded damage. Yeah, we need better generators on this, and we definitely need CPU to do that, because our CPU is pushing right up against the limit here. And the generator, we've got 2 small jennies, so we need to upgrade those to at least medium jennies. So let's go home. I'm gonna make an upgrade. See if we can make 3 CPU level 3s, and then we'll see if we can get the rest of this upgraded and make this a little more useful. We'll go ahead and swap out the wimpy thrusters I've got on it too. I've just got medium thrusters, except for the top and the bottom, and those are all small thrusters, which that might be okay. I'm not sure. It doesn't move very fast, I can tell you that. So one thing we don't have yet, that we should have, and that's gonna be, I think it's Forge it's called? No, what is it? If it still exists. Deconstructor Furnace, that's it. You smelt ores quite a bit fast. So that's capacitors, energy matrices, motors, flux coils, nothing too crazy there. So let's make a furnace. These use power like crazy. So we gotta make sure that this gets flipped on and off. when it's not in use. Because it will, at least the way it used to work, it used to really suck power bad. And I think it'll fit right there. And then once that's done, this constructor can actually we can do that now. Let's attach to C Labs crafting materials. And then let's get our multi-tool out and set it to upgrade. And now he is same as him, so we should have 2 advanced constructors. And then should be able to put, I just realized my light's off again, I'm sorry guys. Between sessions, I really do try to remember that. Let's go to output, let's disconnect here. Go to output, take this guy, and hopefully he'll fit here. Wow, that's a big mamba jamba, isn't it? Alright, we might have to move that box and put him over here. Let's see if we have another box real quick. We can do disconnect from you. Go to parts large, connect to you. Let's take you. And let's set you to be this guy. Alright. You're now going to be the new box. Let's disconnect out of here. Let's go P on you. And go to devices. That's him. Let's auto sort that in real quick. Do P on him again. This is... We're just going to call it melt, because the other one is melt box. We'll call this guy melt. That way we can differentiate between them. So if we go C-Lab, melt box, crafting materials. Actually, we don't have to worry about it because there's nothing in here that isn't melted. Okay, and then we can reconnect again to parts large. Take this out. Wrong tool. Retrieve the block. There we go. Okay, now let's try this again. Put this guy in place. God, that is massive. Look how big that thing is. It's so large. Why it uses so much power. It's massive. He can go right there. And his queue is going to be raw materials. And he's going to output to ingots. That's the way he's going to work. And so if we go into him and we say, does he just automatically start constructing? I bet he does. Oh yeah, look at that. He just starts doing his thing like it ain't no big deal. Look how fast he goes. It's crazy. And I think he works from the front of the list to the back. That is crazy. So he'll just automatically create everything for us as we need it and put it in the neodymium box. Oh yeah, he's really hot too, by the way. You gotta back off. We'll let that run for a few minutes and craft all those ingots out for us. Alright, and then we're gonna look at our construction box. Our constructors. And we're going to try to see if we can craft 3 medium. That's what we need. 3 CPU extenders, T3 for the ship, which of course we can't because we're missing stuff. As soon as that's done, though, we should be... Oh, this is the other one that we just upgraded. Duh. Okay, crafting materials. Looks like he can do at least 1. Let's do 1, 2, and then we'll go to the other one. We'll see if he can do the 3rd one. That way we can lessen the amount of time. No, I don't want that. Nope, nope, stop. T3. Just 1. Go. Let's make sure that this guy is doing T3 and not T4. He is. Okay, his output, by the way, should be output now too. They both go from there, crafting materials, and go to output. And then what we can do is we can just manually, every now and then, go into ingots and throw what we need into crafting materials. So, like Erestrium ingots and whatnot. So, I'm going to let this run for a bit, and I'll be back when that's done. Power is really going to be draining off with this thing running, so I have to keep an eye on it. I'll be back. And also, since the furnace apparently doesn't do promethium, it only does metals, it looks like. What we're going to do is put these as well into these. We're going to do like this, quarter into each, and I'm going to turn all of these into promethium pellets as well. Behind these, I've got a second batch of these going right now, and so behind that batch we'll do promethium pellets. We'll be set on making fuel after that. Alright, do that? Yeah, okay, there we go. There we go. So use your free crafting, because otherwise you spend a lot more energy on just getting stuff crafted. Alright, so we've got our 3 CPU extenders. I went ahead and built the drill as well. We're going to need to put some more jennies on this, I think. So, probably the best bet for us to do this is going to be to turn it off. I was just thinking about that, but yeah, he'll probably need to be turned off first. So he's got 3 of these, so I'm thinking what we're going to do is do them... Let me spin that. And I think what we'll do is we'll put him there, like that. We'll put him there, like that. And we'll put him there. Oh, we only need 2. Oh, I thought it was 3. I've got a CPU T2. Please tell me I didn't do T2. No, these are T3. Huh. I guess I should have looked at the list to be sure, but I thought it was 3 for 3 and 4 for 4. But let's take a peek real quick. Statistics, CPU statistics. Nope, it's 2 for 3, 4 for 4. Dang it. Okay, well, we'll melt one of these down then. Or we'll hang on to it, because we might need it for the next ship. But I want them evenly spaced, so I'm going to actually... not blow up my ship. I'm connected to him. Okay, I'm going to retrieve this one. Alright, he's been retrieved. We're going to put the other one over here. Drop him in right there. So we've got those 2. Now if we look at this guy, he's going to be 1,500,000, so he's 3 times as much as he needed. And so now we just need to upgrade the jennies, which we should be able to do with our drill, I think, if we have the materials for it. So if we come back here and we get our drill out, set it to upgrade. Gotta watch that radiation, it's pretty bad back there. I'm not sure what exactly is doing the radiation. I don't know if it's that or if it's just the jennies themselves, but we need to figure that out. We may have to shield it. We're going to disconnect from this guy. We're going to reconnect to the crafting materials. And then hopefully we've got what we need to upgrade this. No upgrade exists. Okay, so we're going to actually have to craft them then. We can't just upgrade them. Which means we'll need to go out and make them. And so I'll be back. Alright, generators made. I'm going to pop them in here. And pop them in there. We're going to have to, like, figure out where the radiation line is and mark it, I think. That's quite a bit of radiation, even at this distance. Look at this. Oof. Yeah, it's going to be rough. You get here, and it goes up. So, we'll look at another way of doing this. But for now, we'll do the last thing. And that's putting this drill on. Take this guy out. And I'm gonna set this drill right here for now. And I'll probably later on figure out a good way to do this so it's not like right there in the way. But at the moment, it's right there. Just a big old drill floating above it. And then let's go back up and out of the atmosphere and let's see how this guy does. Turn him on, make sure power and everything looks good. We have no problems. That's looking okay. 100% efficiency. Can fit more things on here now. Let's take this guy out of atmosphere. Looks like we're barely going up with generator, so that's good. A whole lot better than it was. We'll need better thrusters on here, but right now I'm gonna go see how this thing breaks down with this drill now, and then we'll call that good for now. Alright, we're rolling up on this guy. For the record, my cargo 3 is actually an ore cargo thing, so it should default to going into there. I got my laser on top. Like I said, it's floating, I know. We'll have to fix that, but let's see what this does. Not quite close enough. Let's get closer. Close we gotta get. There we go. It turns red. 20 pentaxid. 14 more. We just melt every bit of this down, basically. Just get it all. Now, they used to have turrets for drilling, and that would have been nice to have a turret mounted on the top of this, because aiming the ship itself is a little wonky. But we should be able to get all of this melted out real quick using the drill now. A lot quicker than I was doing it by hand, that's for sure. So I can break this whole thing down now using this. We might move it a little bit to make it a little easier to use, maybe to the face of it or something. And then if I was in this view, then I could see it a little better. You know what I mean? So it was right in front of me. So we might look at that, doing that. Might get out there and move it to right on the face. But yeah, so I'm gonna do this and get this all melted down, and we'll continue on after I'm done.